3 a.m. and I can't sleep, so what better to do than rank ARK creatures? Now I have no idea if this is every single creature on ARK. There's a lot of creatures on ARK, and I'm only going to be ranking the island creatures. Sorry. Um, I've actually never used um, like tier. Um, what's it called? Um, tier list maker or whatever before. Tier maker. I've seen a lot of YouTubers use it, but I've never used it myself. This is my first time even on it, so I had to add these tiers as well. So let's start from the top. So the mech is not in on the island, and I can't afford any other DLCs. So Diplodocus. Now this is an underrated creature, if you ask me. It has great speed in the water. The oxygen part, while kind of I like its speed and I like the looks of the creature. Now I don't really rank these after how useful they are. Um, I rank them more by how much I like them, but the oxygen part is good. This can be reused. Sometimes you just don't want to get the resources for the scuba tank, so I don't want to put it in D tier. I'll give it a C. Alright, so Dire Bear. Now I'm gonna give it A tier. Bad HP, but that movement speed and the damage is insane. And being able to harvest fiber is also really good. And unlike many other creatures that can harvest fiber, this one can actually eat meat, so you can actually heal it up pretty easily. Now, Elite Sickness, you can't tame this, but you can get free meat from it. I really want to give it an F. I mean, it destroys your rafts. It's extremely annoying. It's kind of terrifying being chased by one of them. Me and my friend were moving bases, and then we were on a raft, and Elite Sickness attacked us, and I haven't actually experienced that before, despite my amount of hours on ARK. I'm gonna give it an E tier though. I mean, it is free meat and like it's XP. Daedon. Now, I don't actually like the appearance of this creature, but I can't deny how good it is. So like S tier. I don't like taming Daedons, and I mean they aren't very strong, but their ability to heal other creatures is like it's a must. Dodo, that's S tier. Not much to say really. Not the best for combat. Um, but it's a good first tame, like to feel less lonely, and I mean you can make kibble from it. And I remember back when you made Dodo kibble from it. It's also like an icon of the game, and it's really cute. Rex. Now, I'm gonna give Rex 8 here. I don't think the Rex is the best large carnivore, like massive damage dino. No, it has a lot of damage. No, not a lot of damage. It has a lot of HP, and that's where the Rex excels. It's a good tank. For damage, there's definitely better creatures, but I can't deny how good it is when it comes to tanking, and it is kind of intimidating actually. So, pretty easy thing to tame. I mean, it can be the first tame that you get because they're not very fast, and their torpor drops extremely slowly. I mean, you can tame a low-level Rex using a slingshot if you want to, so you won't be able to get a saddle for multiple levels unless you're lucky with like a drop. But I mean, it's still powerful, so I'm gonna give it an 8 here. Basilosaurus. Now, I'm gonna say B. Like producing oil, that's great. And the immunity to Nidaria is also very nice. I am not a fan of the large turning radius though. But I can't deny the fact that it's powerful, and it's really easy to tame. It's a passive tame, and it's not one of those like aggros on you if you get too close. It's really friendly, and that cool rainbow thing, really like it. Woolly Rhino. Now this is like the top tier damage creature. Like base damage is not that high, but like when you charge, you can one-shot Rexes, and if you get a really high one, you can like one-shot like everything. Really good creature. Not that much stamina, but like I have to put him in S2 because of the damage. They can harvest thatch as well, pretty efficiently, and like running through trees is really good. Doesn't slow you down, and like good movement speed. Sadly, they get aggroed by basically everything. I wish they would have like that large, powerful creature effect, because they're kind of hard to tame. Direwolves will target these as Sabertooths, Parlovias. So they're kind of hard to tame efficiently, but really good creature. Iguanodon, not really a fan. D tier. The seed thing is kind of useless unless you're making like the world's largest farm in ARK. Infinite stamina is decent, but I think it gets stuck on everything a bit too easily. Decent movement speed, not a fan. Prefer the Parasaur for basically everything, even though it's basically statistically worse. I just don't like the sound and look of the Iguanodon. Sabertooth Salmon, I'm gonna put that in C tier. You can't really tame it. But that prime fish meat, when taming Spinos and Sarcos, this is like your best friend. So, yeah, that's really all I have to say. Electrophorus, E tier, no F tier. I mean, you can tame them. I would never, like, you can't ride on them, so there's basically no point. They're annoying as hell. Luckily they don't spawn like very high up. They spawn close to the bottom of the ocean. If you want to kill sea scorpions, they are kind of annoying though. But like they really don't have any use. Baryonyx, this thing is the most annoying thing in the wild. Honestly, my Therizino once almost got killed by a Baryonyx, because like if you get stuck in their stun loop, you're screwed. Like you're gonna keep getting stunned until you die. So in the wild, these things are really annoying. I'm gonna put it in A tier. It's kind of weak, but in the water, this thing is OP. You can stun Megalodons if you want to. But like other than that, it's fast. I think you can contend with raptors in terms of speed, and it has better weight than them. And it also needs no oxygen in the water. It's kind of slow in the water though, but like decent creature. Well, above decent. Nah, actually, I'm gonna put it in B tier. Megalodon, C tier, I think. Kind of hard, and it's really hard to tame. It's kind of a waste of honey. Well, you don't really have a lot of use for it, but like, still, 30 minutes, not a fan. And this thing, it's super weak. Like you can barely use this thing for combat, and everything in the ocean will aggro you on a Megalodon. So you're kind of screwed. But like the effect it gives is good. But yeah, I don't really think it's worth it. Achatina now, extremely annoying to tame. But I mean, Achatina paste is decent actually. I'm gonna say C tier for it, like only because of the Achatina paste. I mean, other than that, it has no use really. Megalosaurus, decent cave mount for like not really a dino mammal, for whatever you're going to use it in, like the smaller caves. Great thatch gatherer. I almost want to put it in. No, actually, I'm putting it in an S because it's great for caves. It has a pretty good damage output. It's pretty fast. Nice area of effect with its attack as well. And great thatch gathering. Megalodon, not a fan. It's not the best, but it is pretty fast. Like if you have no, like this is a good first tame when it comes to sea creatures, but it's not the best, so I'm gonna put it in D tier. I love the Megalodon, but it's not very good. I mean, what is it, 400 base HP? Not that good. Easy to tame though. Really slow, not much of a threat really unless you're trying to swim to like Dead Island or the Herbivore Island, but I mean cool tame nonetheless. Plesiosaur. C tier, I think, because there's nothing this creature can do that can do better than the Mosasaur. It's pretty easy to tame, I must admit, because they have like a max height that they go to, so you can stand above it and trank them. But they have such a small biting radius, and the turning radius is huge. So they're not meant for combat, but everything aggroes you underwater. So it's kind of hard to defend yourself. Platform saddle, that's a plus, but it's not the largest creature, so the platform won't be that good. Yeah, that's really all I have to say. Eurypterid, now that's, I'm gonna say B tier for kibble purposes. Faster egg laying rates, amazing. Extremely annoying to tame, having to sacrifice eggs to tame it, but like, nah, I still like it. Calcotherium shell, I don't know how to pronounce it, but like it's A tier. Great damage output, being able to throw the boulders, and the knockback on this thing it's amazing. I mean, you can knock back Rexes and like take 2 hits, and then they're dead. Sadly, it's a herbivore, so you can't really heal it up. But that boulder is so effective when it comes to damage. Like, you can have pretty low damage things, and they will be able to contend with Rexes in terms of damage output. Bear is kind of annoying making bear just to tame these things, because it takes like 1 hour per bear liquid. But once you've tamed them, they're really good. Microraptor. Now, I don't play a lot of PvP. I know these things have a use in PvP. I can understand it, because I don't play PvP at all really. I used to. I'm gonna put FF. Sorry. Like, for single player, it has absolutely no use, and it is the most annoying thing ever. It knocks you out of your off your mount, and stuns you. And the thing is, the Baryonyx only does it in water. This thing does it everywhere, and it's the fastest creature in the game. Like faster than the Gallimimus and everything. So you can avoid it. It's going to knock you off. Like, unless you have a Spine or something, or a Rex, or, well, yeah, that's basically everything I have right here. Anyway, like, unless your creature won't get aggro, these things are a nightmare. You can get knocked off and then killed by like raptors while your tame is like doing nothing, because like it refuses to attack sometimes while you're not riding it. It just happens. Sarco is one of my, I think it's in my top 3, top 4, possibly top 5 creatures on ARK. It is a great, it's a great starter tame. Saddle is not too high level, 35. You can get that from just running around, stacking Explore Note XP boosts on each other really easily. I like that it can turn while biting now. Before, the turning radius was kind of an issue, but now it's really good. Good damage output, really good water speed. And now that wild raptors don't pounce you anymore, it really doesn't have any weaknesses, except for Microraptors and, well, Baryonyxes, but you can outrun them. Rhino, now this used to be a direct upgrade to the Trike before the DLC. Now they both have like differences, but like stat-wise, I think they're identical. I'm gonna put it in C tier. It's not really a creature I would tame. Torpor drops extremely quickly while taming them, but it does have an effect, so it's better than most herbivores that don't really do anything special. But other than that, it's kind of weak. Perlovia, annoying, really annoying. You can't ride on it, so it really has no use. You can hide loot in it and like hide it on the ground, but I think you can sniff it out with a direwolf. Well, I think it has to be damaged for that, but yeah, there's not really any use for it. It's not very powerful, and it's really annoying. So E tier. I'm kind of tempted to put it in F tier actually. Otter. Now these are like the cutest things in the game, and if we were going by looks, I would put them in S tier. But like, they aren't that good. I'm going to put them in B tier. Like, it's kind of hard to say no to that face, but like, warming up, amazing. But they are kind of annoying to tame, having to drag around fish. And well, they're really squishy. So if you don't have them on you, you're like, it's dead. But they are really cute and they do have benefits. And like, you can have these on you as a shoulder-mounted creature. Actually, I'm gonna put it in S tier, because there's not really any better shoulder-mounted creatures out there. Like, sure, they have damage, but none of them really have any benefits. Thyla. Thyla is, I'm gonna say it's B tier. Great for moving around. Pretty good HP. Damage is also pretty good, but I think its attack speed is a bit low, and really pretty annoying in the wild. But like, nah, I'm not a fan of the Thyla. I mean, I like what it does. I'm just not a fan of the creature itself. But I'm not gonna hold that against it. It's going to get B tier. There's definitely better creatures, but there's nothing wrong with it. It's a good mount. Phiomia. Now, gonna say A tier for crop plot uses. They can make decent combat mounts. I've killed I think I killed a level 60 wild Sarco with one once, but like, you're not gonna do anything with these, like against a Rex or something really powerful. They can't harvest berries either, so, but I can't ignore that they can produce feces like mad. So now I'm going to assume this is the Kairuku, and I'm going to put this in C tier. I don't really know how to explain it. I mean, organic polymer, that's basically it. And I think these give off heat. Kind of, they're cute, but their only purpose is organic polymer, basically, and prime meat. But I mean, they're pretty far off the mainland, so you can just kill a mammoth or something. Angler. I mean, you can kill them for angler gel, but there's not really any point in them. I think they can harvest silica pros though, if I recall correctly. I don't remember. But they're kind of weak in terms they didn't require a saddle to ride, so they will take the full damage. Sorry, not the reduced damage. I kind of ate too much earlier. Spino S tier. Actually going to put it over here. Can I? I can. There we go. And the reason for this is because I don't think there's any equal to it in terms of DPS. I mean, you could argue the Giga, but like, you can get a really powerful Spino doing like 1k damage easily if you want to with the hydrated buff. Great movement speed. So many different builds you can do with it due to its speed, ability to be in the water, damage output. It can kind of tank as well. Great turning radius as well on the spot if you're in bipedal. Arthropleura. As a tame, it's not very good. I hate it because it breaks your armor, but like, it's really cool. I think that I like the concept, and I like the ability. I'm just not like, if it was faster, I would put it in A tier, but like, it's kind of slow, like all cave creatures are. But I'm not gonna ignore the fact that it can help break armor. Put it on turret mode in your base, and don't really touch it again afterwards. Titanosaur. Now, if you have a low raid dino feeding on, I mean, this would be S tier because it's the most powerful thing in the game, and like, you can build massive bases. You can have a lot of cool base concepts that you can try on it, but on official servers, 24 hours basically, I mean, depending on how much you use it, the food is not enough. like it will die. Like you could have even a dodo you could have for longer than a titanosaur theoretically, because you won't be able to feed the titanosaur, but you can feed the dodo, and unless like a wild raptor or something kills it, it will basically live forever. But I mean, this thing can destroy tech, so, and you can have massive bases on it, and they're really cool to find in the wild as well, because they like they walk around like gentle giants, undisturbed by everything. But like not very good. Lystro or Lystro, whatever. I'm gonna put it in C tier. XP boost. If you stay close to your base, so it's like constantly rendered in, and you'll be getting offline experience. Extra experience. It's great, but like other than that, it has no use. Not as annoying as the moss shops to tame though. Yeah, that's all I have to say. Megatherium. Now I'm gonna put this in A tier. I'm not a fan. I don't like most mammals in ARK, but I'm not gonna ignore the fact that the Megatherium is great for harvesting stuff, and it's pretty good for damage as well. Broodmother boss fights. I mean, that's where it shines. I mean, I was not a fan of it. Ovis, or yeah, I think that's how you pronounce it. Ovis. S tier. Now, these I haven't really tamed an Ovis, I think, ever. But like finding them in the wild can be a blessing, because mutton lasts a lot longer than prime meat, and so you can often tame a low-level creature like from one Ovis without a problem, like without everything spoiling. And they're really cute as well. Castroides, I like them. Kind of annoying to tame. Torpor does drop a lot faster than other creatures, so you have to watch them. Herbivores as well, so taming takes a lot longer. C tier. Great for wood harvesting. Wood weighs less in their inventory. And a smithy saddle, but like you won't have the weight to carry on the resources that you need in a smithy, so it's kind of useless. So we're gonna skip over the gas bag and what are they called? Earthworm? I don't remember what they're called. Bronto. Now Bronto is A tier. You know, I'm gonna put it in S tier. Really slow. Like you have to level movement speed. I don't use Brontos for tanking. I use them for gathering berries, and I really like leveling movement speed on them. If I want a mobile base as well, then I really want movement speed, because these things are so slow. I once tamed one and it took me like 40 minutes to walk from like the redwoods to Hidden Lake. It's insane. But they are unparalleled when it comes to harvesting berries actually. Manticore, okay, no, we have the Onyx here. I mean, you can tame them if I recall correctly, but like it's not really a point. They give you like rabies, I think. F tier. Annoying, really annoying. Parasaur, shit. A tier. The best starting tame, like really easy to tame. You don't even need a bola most of the time. Saddle is pretty cheap as well. 80 hide. I think it's 80 hide. Can be kind of hard to gobble up. Or cough up in early game, but I mean, I think it's the cheapest saddle. I mean, 17 paste for the carbo is kind of annoying. Great for harvesting berries when you want to tame some early game creatures, and even if you like knock out a creature in the middle of nowhere, you can always tame a Parasaur just to harvest berries. Well, so it doesn't wake up like Spinos, everything. It's really good for that. Eurypterid, great for boss fights. As someone that has never done a boss fight in my life, I just know this. I'm gonna put it in A tier. I think the Spino outdoes it just like the Rex, but like I can't ignore the fact that it's basically a Rex with more benefits. That's basically the Eurypterid. It's a better Rex, so I mean I would put it over here, I guess. these are like not no doesn't mean like how good they are in their respective tiers. Just where I put them, I'll put them in the order that they come in. But the buffs are insane. I might can affect like Theracinos and stuff with the fear roar happen to me in the wild with a wild UT. It's extremely annoying. What's that? Ice Titan? We're going to skip you. Procoptodon. Probably the best thing for getting around the map if you're going on land. Can jump over basically everything. Great movement speed as well. It doesn't have the issue that the Gallimimus has when it gets stuck on everything, because you can't jump past it. Love the creature. But they don't really have a combat use or anything. They're basically only for transport. Good weight on them though. Hesperornis F tier, most annoying thing that lives on the beach. Will steal your items and you can't get them back even by killing them. Hesperornis C tier. Golden eggs, extra XP. Like, I have to be quick so I can go to bed. It's 3 a.m. But they don't really have a use other than the golden eggs. Kind of friendly, although they will kill you. Will kill you even if you're AFK. They will just do like 0 damage on your corpse until you die. Direwolves S tier. They remind me of dogs. They also have insane damage. Like, there's a lot of like small pack animals in this game. Raptors, terror birds, Sabertooths. Now, they all suffer from bad damage except for the wolves. They can hit extremely hard, especially if you find a pack in the wild of high level ones and you attack them with your creature, and you will see them doing like in the hundreds. No, but like 100 with a saddle on. Most Spinos don't even do that much. Kentro, now for single player, I would put this in E tier. Kind of annoying. Well, they're not very aggressive in the wild, so that's a plus. But like, there's not really a point in taming them in single player. I get that they're great in PvP for enraging gigas. But in single player, there's really no use. Dung Beetle or whatever. This is another C tier creature, like kind of Harvesting oil, great. Being like the only aquatic creature able to destroy stone, I think. Also great. It doesn't really have any use outside of that. It's not the best combat creature. It takes reduced damage. Good source of chitin, though. Trilobites, you can't tame them, so I mean C tier, black pearls, silica pearls, chitin, oil, the good stuff. Quetzel, S tier, without a doubt. Platform base, you can have a flying house, amazing. Being able to pick up like basically everything except like Rexes. You can pick up Mammoths and Megatheriums, Theracinos, Parasaurs, like Sarcos, everything basically can be picked up by the Quetzals. They're absolutely amazing for taming because you can just pick up basically any creature and tame it in a safe place. So you want to tame a woolly Rhino, but you don't want to surround it with 500 spike walls. Just pick it up with your Quetzal, drop it at your base, drag it there. Extremely good tame, honestly. I almost want to say underrated because like the Quetzal is just so damn good. Carno, this kind of pains me to say. I'm gonna put Carno in C tier. Great movement speed, decent weight, good, pretty good early game tame. Getting that medal is kind of annoying though. Pretty good knockback actually. The right click ability on PC at least is really good when it comes to knockback. It can take down wild Rexes, especially if you have a high level one. But it doesn't really have a point. Like, as soon as you can get Rex saddles and Spino saddles, you will switch to Rex or Spino. Dillo, I'm gonna put this in S tier as well, because like I put the Dodo in S tier. Gotta respect this. It's the first carnivore that you're going to tame, and it's a pretty good source for meat early game as well. In a pack, these things are actually kind of good with their spit and stuff. They're not that powerful. They can't take down like a Therizino. I've tried. They will die, most of them. But they are underrated, actually. Hicty and ass to tame, honestly. First feeding, great, then they swim away and you have to chase them. And good movement speed. Definitely not for combat, mostly for scouting and exploration in the early game. I prefer the Megalodon though when it comes to that, so and now we just have a bunch of like aberration creatures, extinction, bosses, Anki, S tier, metal gathering, and that's basically it. Pretty good damage on these things actually, surprisingly. Don't even need a high level to dish out quite a lot of damage. Personally, I think they gather a lot of plant species X seeds as well. That's just from my own experience. I think they gather more than most creatures. Mega Neura, annoying, really annoying. You think they're friendly, and then like as soon as there's a corpse nearby, they will attack you. Fucking hate these things. They always come at the wrong time when you really need your stamina. These things are just going to be there and take it away. Pego, F tier as well. Hate you. Steals items. Easy to kill though, so you can get the items back without a problem. Yes, really annoying. They even target you on Spinos, which very few creatures do. Terror birds. I'm gonna go 8 tier. Gliding around with them is really fun. They're great for traversing the map. But terrible weight though. No pack bonus. And like in the wild, they're pretty annoying because I think they have the largest aggro distance in the game outside of water creatures because they have a huge aggro range. But no, these things will see you from like halfway across the map. No joke. Great for traversing the map though. Gliding around them is really fun. Titanosaur, hate them. Knock you out. Not really a threat on most tames. At nighttime, these things are not, kind of annoying though. So scares the shit out of me. I've only tamed like 2 of them, but they are OP as hell. Being able to grab other aquatic creatures, making them unable to attack you. That's insane. I'm going to put them A though, because like you have no real purpose to go in the water actually, except for 2 caves. And Alphatooths can grab Alpha Moses and kill them without a problem. So, I mean, these are the top tier. Like these are not as good as Moses, I'd say, because Moses can have platform saddles. But in terms of combat, these things are definitely better. Packy, D tier, I think. It's kind of useless. They're really fast. Like they're faster than Raptors, I think, with the right-click charge ability. You can't really turn with them though, and they're not for knocking out things with. They're kind of small, bad weight, bad damage output, really squishy. They're the first speed tame I think you will get, because Raptors aren't the easiest thing to tame early game, because they're in packs. Trike, better now that it has the TLC, but I'm not going to put it any higher than the Packy Rhino. The buff that it gets in the presence of strong creatures is decent. Charging up to like stun attack, pretty cool. Like the damage output of it and stuff, but like not very good. Kind of decent for harvesting berries, but like it's super slow. Moss chops, these things are OP. Like please nerf S tier. Fiber, like these things can gather everything. Their damage is on par with the Rex. No joke, you can tame a low level moss chops that does damage in the 80s. As long as you ride these things, they're really good combat mounts actually. Surprisingly enough. Great, like they're the best resource gatherers early game as well. If you find one that only wants berries for taming or possibly primate, just tame one. They're amazing. Let's see. Hyenodon saddle is alright. Creature is D tier. Annoying to tame. Annoying in the wild, not really a threat in the wild unless you're on a really weak creature. Just annoying. Archaeopteryx. I like these creatures, but they get E tier. Easy to tame. Portable parachutes, that's gotta count for something, but they don't really have a purpose other than that. I mean, they're fun to, like, jumping off like a tall mountain and gliding around with these is really fun, but they don't really make your life any easier. Sadly, you can't have these things shoulder mounted. If you could have them shoulder mounted as well, I would probably put them in C tier, I think, but they're not gonna go any higher. Gallimimus. No wait, is this a compy? Or is this the Gallimimus? I need a. Oh, that's the Gallimimus. Okay, this is just a compy. F. Not a threat in the wild. Kind of annoying, but they won't. Like, if these things kill you, you're absolutely terrible at the game. Primate to tame, very annoying. Low torpor. And they barely do damage as a shoulder mount. There's really no point in taming them. Yeah, just kill them for free meat and hide early game. Just gotta see so I haven't missed anything. All these are aberration, scorch and stuff like that. Pulmonoscorp, fuck shit, not you. Pulmonoscorpius, D tier, easy to tame, extremely easy to knock out. Even high level ones are extremely easy. Decent movement speed in water actually. Kind of on the level with a Dodic. But they don't really have. They're not very good when it comes to combat. They can climb on rocks extremely easily though. I give them that, but they're very bad when it comes to combat. They can knock stuff out. It won't really happen. I just use them for moving around. Let's see, Coelacanth. Free fish meat, which is better when if you eat meat raw like I do, because I don't bother cooking it unless I'm going out in the snow biome where I need healing. It's free fish meat, so I'm gonna put them in C tier. But they don't have a use other than that, and they aren't really annoying because they don't deal any damage. I'm actually going to put them in D tier because salmon is C tier, and they're not as good as salmon. So let's see, are we on Equus now? Yeah, Equus C tier as well. Really cool mount, annoying to tame though. Very rare, if you ask me. Anyway, I have a tough time finding these things, and when I find them, they always get killed by raptors. Mortar and Pestle saddle, decent, annoying to tame. If I'm being honest, Queen Bee or Giant Bee, I think. I'd be lying if I said this was a good creature. Kind of shit, honestly, not gonna lie. But you can tame it, so okay, I'll put it in E tier because you can tame it. By that logic, most of these things would be at E tier as well, but nah. And Titanosaur, I think they're called. Annoying, free chitin, but like they're getting F tier. Like these are like the ones that walk on the ground. I'm not sure if they include both of them in the same creature. I think they do. The flying ones are super annoying. Ground ones are basically don't do anything. Flying ones have like a poison that drains your stamina, which is annoying, but these things aren't really a threat. Mammoth, don't like the look of this creature, and I just don't like mammoths in general, but I'm not going to ignore the fact that it harvests a lot of wood. That's really the only thing it's good for. Gets aggroed by I think everything, even Dillos I think aggroes it. on mobile, which I don't play on anymore, used to. But on mobile, these things have a TLC now, so they're OP. Double platform saddle, I think. But on PC, they're terrible. Let's see. Pelagornis. See, no, not D tier. I love it's I think it's one of my favorite flyers. Being able to land on water is nice and insta killing fish. But like bad weight, there's really nothing this thing can do that like an RG can't do. The only benefit is the movement speed and being able to land on water and regenerating stamina, but it has no real purpose. I think I've skipped the Mosa. Mosa, A tier, amazing creature for underwater. It's really the movement it does when it's moving like slowly and not sprinting is really satisfying. Great movement speed, awesome health, good weight, good damage, platform saddle. You're not gonna be spending a lot of time in the water though, and Tusos are still a threat to you, so. But still, great creature. Dimetrodon. They actually have a use. I'm gonna put them in D tier. You can actually hatch eggs with these things, I think, because they have kind of the same effect as an air conditioner. Yes, way worse and really annoying to tame. They have incredibly fast torpor drop rate. But I think that's really all they do. Let's see, what's the next creature? I think I've gone through everything here. Dimorpho, no wait, Ammonite. Extremely annoying. Or did I put the trial? Why did I put C tier? Yeah, I'm gonna put the Ammonite in D tier. No. Pheromone darts. I think that's really all I can think of. Black pearls, I think as well. But they'll make everything attack you. Which, I mean, everything in the water already attacks you, so I'm gonna put them in C tier. Why not? I mean, there's no real difference in being aggroed by anything as long as you don't go on land. Effect doesn't last too long either, so not that bad. Dimorphodon, C tier for you as well. Dependable damage when they're on your shoulder, easy to tame. You don't want to aggro them though if you're not on a mount that can that has a good AoE damage, because they will kill you. Not a lot to say. You want to level health a bit on these because they're not very tanky. Parasaur, love these things for the platform saddle. Can harvest things as well. Basically a discount Bronto, but they have better movement speed. I actually find them kind of cute, actually. If people think they're ugly, I think they're cute. Mantis, annoying as hell. Not gonna ignore the fact that they're fast. And they're extremely annoying to tame. They eat angler gel, but these things are aggressive, so taming them is kind of a pain in the butt. You have to kind of trap them. Yes, hard to tame, very fast. Yeah, just not a fan of them. See, then we have piranhas. Hate these things. They're not even good for fish meat. They're just annoying, and they kill you whenever you're trying to cross a river early game, and you have like no oxygen, no movement speed, no armor. These things will be there to kill you before you get across the water. So, hate these things. They sometimes live like near the ocean as well, so they will hunt you, especially towards like northeast, close to Hidden Lake. Outside of there's a lot of piranhas. Same in the middle of the western part of the map near the water cave. There's also piranhas there, so they do exist close to the ocean, but like on the beaches. But they mainly exist in rivers and the swamps. Hate them, extremely annoying. Jesus, I don't have that many creatures left. Boas, F tier, extremely difficult to tame, not worth taming at all. There's nothing these things can do. If you could ride on them, that would be a completely different story. Then they would probably be C tier, because they can knock things out. They have insane torpor damage. Like early game, you run into one of these, they bite you, boom, you're knocked, and then you're going to die. But there is no real point in taming them, and they're annoying as hell to tame. Megalosaurus, a creature you don't see often, and like a creature I wouldn't really use a lot, but I think they're extremely cute when they sleep. And you can't deny the fact that it does more damage than a Spino and the Rex in the wild. 75 HP, I think, less than the Rex, but like 15 higher damage, which is a lot of damage when you think about it. Really cute as well. You cannot use them at all during daytime though, but like night times are pretty long, so these things can be used effectively. Yes, kind of annoying when they get knocked out during the day when you try to use them. Megalania, I'm gonna give it a C tier. Not the best creature in the game, but being able to climb up, even up, like better than a Thyla. Being able to climb upside down is great, but they're not great combat animals. Annoying in the wild as well. Kind of hard to spot in caves actually. Dodic, now this is S tier. The best, like the only thing that gathers stone really. It's really slow, so level movement speed on these reduce the weight of stones in their inventory. Terrible for combat. They basically hit like this. They can basically not hit stuff in front of them or like on that half of their body, so they're useless when it comes to combat, but you can roll away from some stuff. But you see a pack of raptors and you're dead, so always like carry these things in an RG or go to places you know raptors don't spawn in, because these things cannot protect themselves at all. Next up, Sabertooths. Now I'm gonna give these E tier. There's nothing the Sabertooth does that any other creature with fast movement speed, bad weight, bad health, decent damage output, fast attack. Like these are the worst when it comes to those. Terror birds are better, raptors are better, direwolves are better. Those are the only ones I can think of that does that. I mean, decent knockback. Speed is alright as well. Yes, kind of annoying to tame. Don't like the appearance of them as well. I'm not a fan of these Ice Age creatures, man. Except for the rhinos. I like the rhinos. Alright, so next thing. Beelzebufo. Great for traversing the land. Gonna give this an A tier. Can knock creatures out way more efficiently than any other torpor inducing creature. Great for jumping around, can attack in water and knock things out there as well. Kind of fast in water. Doesn't require oxygen. Kind of hard to knock out in the swamp though. Bring them back to your base. You can carry them in with orgies, I think. Gigantopithecus, great cave creatures. Can put a really good riot or flak helmet on these, and these things will tank. Great knockback on them as well. Easy tames. It's just picking them up that is kind of difficult, and like you'll have to trap them in the redwoods and stay there and passive tame them, which takes a long time unless you use I don't know what keyboard it is now. It used to be Titanoboa. What's then next? Rhino? No, wait, no. Dung Beetle. Produces oil and I think fertilizer as well. So I'll give it an A tier for what it does. I don't tame them a lot. They're kind of annoying because you can't ride them, and I think they're too large to pick up as well. Can't deny what they do though. Good ability. But like they have no other points. I'm actually going to put them in B tier. Sorry, Dung Beetle. Rhino, D tier. Has an ability, the web shooting thing. alright movement speed. Should be able to climb upside down like spiders can. I'm surprised you can't even tame these. They need a TLC, like the Megalodon needs a TLC, Carno needs a TLC. Those are the three main ones I think need a TLC. Prolovia, yeah, Angler need a TLC as well. Possibly Pelagornis as well. But yeah, there's not really much to the Rhino. Nidaria, can't tame them. I'm gonna put these in S tier though. Super annoying. I think they can shock everything, but I don't think they can shock Titanosaurs. But Brontos, Gigas, everything. Spinos, Basilosaurs are immune to them, but they give you biotoxin, which is like the best tranquilizer narcotic thing in the game. So I think this is a Mesopithecus. Yeah, because that's a Ferox. Mesopithecus. Shit. I'm gonna give this D tier. Can't throw poop, open doors, I think. No, it's going to get B tier. Amongst the better shoulder-mounted creatures in the game. But they're kind of annoying to tame because they get scared really easily. But throwing poop that slows things down is really good. Therizino, obvious S tier, the best gathering in the game. Wood, thatch, fiber, berries, everything. This thing gathers everything except for like the stone and the metal and the flint. But if it grows, it can harvest them. Rare mushrooms, prime meat, like everything. This thing will harvest it. It's an amazing creature. Probably the best herbivore in the game actually. Then we have RG. This is the old RG texture, but like I'm going to use it anyway. S tier as well. Probably the best flyer aside from the Quetzel, I think. Reduces the weight of basically everything. Can heal while eating corpses. Good HP, good weight. All around decent movement speed. Definitely one of the slower flying creatures, but when you can fly over everything, like speed doesn't really matter because you will still traverse the map really quickly. Now we finally have the Gallimimus. I'm gonna put this in C tier. Okay, B. I mean, the fastest creature that you can ride in the game has to come for something, really. Get stuck on rocks pretty easily, but like if you're running around on beaches, this thing is amazing. I think 2-player saddle as well. But that's really all there is to it. Tapahara, I think it's pronounced, but I'm gonna say Tapajara. Good flyer, fast, can rotate 360 degrees. You can tame Gigas and other stuff on this pretty easily because it holds 3 players I think on the saddle, and they can have rider weaponry, the people riding it, so you can track stuff, can land on trees in the redwoods and on cliffs, and I think upside down as well, so you can knock things out with it pretty easily, being outside of harm's way. Stego, bad turning radius, easy to tame. Good berry gatherer, but doesn't really have a moment to shine. Low level saddle, so I'm gonna put this in C tier. It's no worse than a trike, really. It's a statistically better trike with slightly worse turning radius. Raptor used to be the most annoying thing in the game back when they could pounce you in the wild, which they don't anymore. I'm gonna put these in B tier. On an individual level, they're basically just better than Sabertooth, possibly worse, I think. But in a pack, they're really good. Like having these individually is kind of a waste. You can just have a Terror Bird or a Direwolf, but in a pack, they definitely have a use. Common, kind of annoying early game, really annoying early game actually. Giga, A tier. No, okay, I'm gonna give it S tier, but I don't I think it's kind of overrated. You can get Spinos with the same damage pretty easily. Annoying to tame. Requires quite a lot of preparation. Trapping it is surprisingly easy actually, and knocking it out is surprisingly easy. Taming is it's an easy process. You just need a lot of tranquilizers. I'm trying to tell, that's the flying Leviathan, I think. Pteranodon. Basic flyer. D tier like the Pelagornis. The fastest flyer. But it has the worst weight, I think. Can't land on water, and yeah, I think that's basically it. Pretty bad stamina as well. Yeah, there's not really much to say. Kind of annoying to tame as well. Torpor drops really quickly. Caprosuchus, annoying in the wild. Pretty good for traversing the map as well. They can jump really far, but I don't really see a use in them at all. Really slow. Jumping around is fast, but like normal walking, bad. Allosaurus, decent damage output. Individually, pretty bad. In a pack they can take down a lot of stuff, but like then you need people with you, because having the creatures just follow you is not very reliable. And in like a one-on-one scenario, they're like way worse than a Rex. So Carbos, slowest creature in the game, can harvest berries, slow in the water as well. I mean, it's just a slow creature. Saddle is pretty expensive as well. Great for tanking though. Yes, not very good for anything else. Diplo. Do I really want to put this in the same tier as the Titanosaur? I'm gonna put this in B tier actually. 10, I think 11 person saddle if you include the rider with 10 passengers. Good movement speed, won't be aggroed by smaller creatures. Pretty easy to tame, because this thing won't fight back. And it can be tamed passively, and no, you know what, S tier. Have you read the dossier or whatever? I think that's how it's pronounced. These things only want to like cuddle. They're the nicest creatures on the Ark. You feel like a terrible person when, on the rare occasions that you do kill them, when they're like pushing your creatures around and you really have to like get a hold of the situation and you have to kill them. It really hurts. But yeah, I think I saw the leech on here. Yeah, here we have the leech, and I think that's our final creature actually, because none of these are on the island. Morellatops, Gasbag, Ravager, Wyvern, Roll Rat, Shinehorn, Gotcha. No, none of these. Okay, leech blood, I guess, for fishing. So I'll give it an E tier because it gives decent stuff. But like, I despise these things. Easy to get rid of if they're on a dino. If they're on you, that's a different story. Then they're just annoying, but they do give leech blood. So anyway, that is my tier list. Not really objective, pretty subjective. I'm trying to keep it as subjective as possible while still having my own opinions. I will leave a link to it down in the description box below. So if you want to make your own, you can do that. If you want to, you can subscribe to the channel. You don't have to. Stranded Deep analysis coming up sometime within a week or two. Now the video's above 1 hour, cool. And it's almost 4 AM. What am I doing with my life? Anyway, that's the video. Gonna try to get some sleep before continuing on the ARK grind, working out, whatever. Trying to balance out gaming and living a healthy life. And enjoying my summer break. I hope you're enjoying your summer as well. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!